Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. So today's video is a little bit different. I decided to do a speed build for an upcoming challenge I want to do inspired by reality TV. So today I am making the house for that. So I've just started by getting the main shape and then wanting to make the pool kind of like the highlight. So just playing around with that, and I wanted most of the downstairs space to be fairly open. So I'm adjusting the shape right now. Think about how big I want the patio to be, and I want the pool to be fairly large. Adding some foundations. And looking for some pool trim and really wanting to get the pool looking nice. So I added all these lights and a heater in the center, so hopefully that if the weather is a little bit colder, the Sims will still be able to get in the pool and not have any problems. And I went with these blue pool lights around the side just to open it up a little bit and change the water color to really sparkly water. Of course, we need a ladder and some pool floaties. The Sims now can get out of the pool without a ladder. So they won't be able to drown. They can just pull themselves up over the wall. I added some blue tile. And then here on the side, I really wanted it to be open, so I considered doing an archway, decided just to completely open it and have the fencing and then use columns. So I got these columns, I think from Spa Day, and here I'm just having to figure out exactly where they need to go to line up with the second floor. So I think that looks good. Add one over there on the side just so things aren't hanging off. And then with this overhang area, I thought it would be nice to have kind of a conversation area, and there was fencing I wanted to use, but it was glitching out. But so I ended up using this hedge as a fence, or I think I'd go back to the hedge. I think I looked at this, decided I did not like it, went back to the hedge. Okay, what am I doing next? I don't know. I really jumped around a lot with this build. I think I needed to do stairs to the second floor and kind of was playing around with where I wanted that. And in the villa that this house is inspired by, the stairs are right by the front door. So I ended up putting the stairs there at first, and I'm pretty sure they do not stay there. We got a nice big front door, and it was a little dark in here, so I got a bunch of lighting. And then decided I actually did want the stairs over there. And I just went a little overboard with the lights. I was so sick of putting them in the exact same place. And then we went for a door. So those look really nice. They're like this frosted glass door from Spa Day. Spa Day really came in handy for this pack. And then for the communal bedroom, I had some options. I was just checking the swatches because I really want things to look super colorful. And I ended up going with this bed from Base Game. I'm pretty sure this is the Pride Collection bed. So all of the swatches are inspired by a flag from the LGBTQ plus community. But I just really liked the patterns. So I went with these two colors, super bright, super inviting. And I wanted a little dresser at the end of each bed where like the islanders can like store their clothes and stuff. And I just did a bunch of rearranging because I wanted to actually put the hideaway, which is like a secret room that the islanders can go into with their couple on the end here, and then that balcony area would be included in as part of the hideaway. So I got a nice double door to go in there. And I think I really wanted to use this bed from Lovestruck, the heart bed that vibrates. It just gave me like totally like island vibes, reality TV vibes. And then a door out to the balcony with a hot tub, of course, and a little outdoor shower in case they're kind of sweaty before they get into the hot tub or they want to shower off before they go to bed. And then I did want to do like a big decal. I ended up putting like the flaming heart and then an arrow there as kind of a sign for the hideaway. And then a lot of neon goes into this build. And you can see I'm like jumping around a lot, so I'm back in the main bedroom wanting to get some art. I think this is from Lovestruck as well, so I just got some different art pieces. I was playing around with maybe getting some more, but decided against it, but got these little accent tables to use as like a bedside table between both, so each bed has like half of one on both sides. Oh, and I wanted to add this VIP champagne bucket that has a romantic aura, so you know, it's about love and all that stuff. So those are on some of the side tables to have a flirty mood. And then I decided to use the new glass wallpaper on the opposite wall. I haven't used it before, but it's really nice. It's like kind of like doing floor to ceiling windows without actually having to do it. And I went with this honeycomb wallpaper from, I want to say high school years, again with the high school years lamp. High school years and spa day really came in clutch for this build, I'll be honest. A couple of dot rugs. I really wanted everything to be like super colorful. I'm figuring out lighting. So I do not know where this light's from. Dream Home Decorator, but kind of like an abstract art installation. And then I went with some stone exterior on the back. I just realized this is my first speed build ever. I don't build a ton in The Sims, but I kind of am in a building mode, and I realize like I am all over the place. I do not really stick to just doing one room. So now I'm back into the hideaway, trying to figure out like a rug. I went with the black wallpaper to really make that neon stand out. Just trying different rugs and hating all of them. I think what was throwing me off was the tiger print on the bed just wasn't working, so I switched it to a mauve color so I could use that rug that has like all those deep colors, and then change the wall art from the kiss to the little woohoo heart animation because, you know, gotta have the sexy vibes. And I wanted to put a bar out on the back, but a lot of them are too big, but I found this like one tile bar from Lovestruck, I think. And we got some speakers on the wall. I think I ended up getting rid of the shower at this point. And I got a little outdoor light. Was maybe gonna do some string lights, but nothing was fitting. Added a side table and another champagne bucket for the vibes. And then I put some more neon out here and did the little heart in there. What am I doing now? Bedside tables for the hideaway. The hideaway is very simple. I didn't do too much in there. And then over onto the second part of the first floor, I expanded it out a little bit. I'm pretty sure actually I don't do that. Maybe I do. No, I don't. Okay. And I wanted three little areas here. Got rid of the lights, just made it a little bit easier to see. What am I thinking about now? Okay, so this middle section, I wanted it to be like a walk-through closet area. So I have some closeting on the sides and went with an archway through here. And then in this room over here, I decided to make it kind of like a grungy supply closet. So it's just like a toilet and a slop sink in there and a utility closet, which is also a woohoo spot in case people want to do that. Some more glass walls. Just put the flooring throughout. I was looking for some really grungy, dirty looking wallpaper. So I think I went with that. Also from Lovestruck. I thought it looked really nice. I ended up not putting a window in there. There's really not a lot of windows in this build, but I think if you look at pictures of the real villa that this build is inspired by, there's not a lot of windows on it. In this room, I decided to do the vanity makeup slash getting ready room. So I have 4 little vanity areas, and I probably move these around no less than 4 times. I went with the pastel-y purple and pink. I thought it was really charming and very cute. And then on the outside area here is gonna be the girls' little hangout spot. If you watch the TV show, the girls always, you know, come out on the balcony and debrief and have their coffees and stuff. So I add like some seating over here, a really nice tufted pale pink couch. These modular couches are from Dream Home Decorator, and they're honestly like a really big lifesaver. A little bit of lighting out here, and I think that's all I do for the outside. I added a rug in for the vanity area for the girls, or the boys too, if they want to do their makeup. Now I'm working on the bathroom, so I decided to do just a big communal bathroom. Pink and blue were kind of like the theme colors. Tried moving the stairs back into the corner, and it wasn't letting me do it, and I just did not really feel like messing with it, so I just walled off that little area. Maybe it'll be like the circuit breakers in there or something. Yeah, so I just decided to totally let that go. Now I'm trying to figure out how I wanted to set up the bathroom because I need like communal toilets, communal showers, and communal sink areas since they're all gonna share. So I started out with these 3 islands, and then I was thinking maybe showers on the side. I hated that, and put the showers on the side wall there and just made 1 big sink area instead with yeah, a couple sinks and a very big mirror. And I really like how that ended up looking. We got a little bit of clutter, so some Q-tips and some makeup product and some sparkling water in these little cabinets that kind of look like built-in shelves. And I wanted a big rug, so I went with this purple one. And some cute little confetti wallpaper. I think the wallpaper like really helped. And some tile in the bathroom, of course. I wasn't gonna do wood floors. And just finishing up the lighting. I honestly wasn't too pressed about the lighting lately. I just started making it, you know, equal distance from each other, but decided not to. And then I went with 2 doors into the bathroom. And then I think for, yeah, the hallway area, I really wanted it to be super loud. but I didn't want to do the honeycomb that I did upstairs. I wanted to do something else. So I'm looking through basically the loudest wallpaper I've ever seen. I've never used this one before. I think it's from Base Game, but it worked for this build. I don't know if I'll ever use it again, but I really liked it. And then for the outside area, I wanted it to be completely open. So I think I end up going with these arches. 3 arches, messing around with that. Could not, get it equal, but it's fine. It does not matter. And then over in this corner, I really wanted like almost like a nook, like conversation pit type area, and I decided to split it into 2. And these wall hedges I got from the Poolside Splash pack, stuff pack, and I bought that pack because it was on sale primarily for this build, and those hedges are single-handedly like the best thing that happened. Back with the modular sofas, I first started off with like a circular thing, but decided it just wasn't filling the space the way I wanted it to. So I ended up going with the modular with the chaise, and then was considering doing a second curved area on the side. Did not like it. So I ended up just going pretty simple with it and then repeating that on the opposite end in white. Got some coffee tables again from the Poolside Splash kit, which really came in handy. Some more greenery. And I really wanted to do neon on the hedges like they do in the show. Could not figure it out at first. Ended up trying to do some tool mod stuff. I've never used tool mod. I have no idea what happened to it. It like disappeared. So I was trying really hard and it kept clipping onto the wall. So I ended up getting rid of the wall and using bb.move objects to move it forward and got it, and then put the wall back. And I was so pleased with myself. So I do that a couple more times with different neon, especially on this hedge pattern. I just think it looks like really nice. Yeah, so I wanted to add a little bit of lighting over here, so I got, again, or these from the Poolside Splash thing. And these are from Lovestruck. So a lot of greenery, a lot of colorful furniture, and neutral architecture. And one more neon light for good luck. Yeah, I really like how that ended up turning out. I put a plant on the coffee table as well. Next, I think I got a ping pong table just so I can have a little fun, play a little games. And now I start working on the kitchen. And I really want the kitchen to be a lot of funky colors, so I'm just getting a bunch of different options out. Hated all of them, but liked this counter style. So I liked the green and I liked the double blue. So I ended up going double blue for the counters, got a fridge. And then over here in this area, I decided to do kind of like the confessional area, so I'll set that up later. Put the fridge on the side and got wanted a big island, so I switched to the green. Same cabinets, but the island version for that. And got an area for the stove, and then I decided to get the matching fridge as well. And a microwave. Sink. Put a sink in, and I think I got a range as well, so if someone wanted to cook on the stove top and someone wanted to cook in the oven, they could. Got a, what do you call that? Like a vent. Added some more of these hedges. The hedges were amazing. I'm so happy I purchased that pack. It only cost me like $6 because it was on sale. And then I wanted like stone or tile in the kitchen area. Ended up not liking much of these. I think I end up going with this one, like a blue subway tile with another column on the corner. And then did siding for the confessional area. And we got a little door in there, light, and then a camera, obviously, so they can do their confessionals. Decided just to do the one camera. And then they always have like a bright background. So I think I went with this like peachy blue one. And then I had a few couch options. Went with that one originally. But then in the show, they used kind of like a wicker one. So I think I ended up going with that. Played around with the wallpaper a little bit more. I guess I went with this one instead, just the more neutral one, to match the couch a lot better. Some bar stools with the complementary colors. And then over here, I got this bar from Lovestruck, which is really, really beautiful. And a dining table. Need a really big one. So I went with that one. And I wanted really colorful chairs. So I go with these, the pink ones. It did, yeah, all different colors. I thought that was super fun. And then white bar stools at the bar. Back to the kitchen for decorations. I started with these decals. Just wasn't really liking any of them. I ended up doing something else. Was gonna stick with that. Added that same light that I have upstairs over there, and I went with these pendants for the conversation area, but then they were really long, and I realized those architecture frames over there are lights. Added some benches by the ping pong table so people can watch. Oh, yes. I found these lights from Lovestruck again, and thought that looked really cool. So I just deleted all the wall decals and kept that. Added some plants over there with the ping pong, and then got a rug. Oh, I found these flower petals. I'm not sure where these are from, but I thought it looked really nice under the bar. And then a rug. Do I keep that rug? No, I do not. I went with that one. Yeah, the blue rug underneath the dining room table. Some outdoor lighting. And then over here, I made the fire pit area. So that's where all the like serious stuff for the show happens. So I got some flower boxes to go by the hedges, and then I used the modular sofa again. Did use the curved pit this time, curved part this time. And then I got some string lights to put there, and I checked out a few of them to figure out which ones I wanted. I do end up going with the first ones. I think they just had the most like party look to them. And I do them in this fun color. So I just put those in the bush, and then I was trying to figure out how string lights work. It took me a while, I'll be honest with you. And then I found like, oh, there's just a pole by itself, so that worked out well. And then I was looking for a fire pit, and they do not have like a modern looking one, like with the stones. They have like a stone modern fireplace, but no fire pit. And I did not know they did not have that. So I went with this one. it's just more like bonfire vibes rather than like fire pit vibes, but that's all I could do. And I ended up having this raised and then decided I actually wanted it sunken instead, and I wanted to do a curved piece, like curved corner, because the right angle corner just was too close to the pool for my liking. And this was a nightmare. So you'll see me do this about a million times. Tried my best, decided maybe to go with just the like DIY corner rather than the curved wall. And again, decided to give it one more go. Deleted those walls and extended them and then tried to push it down. Could not. It only recognized that one part as the circular area. And here it gets all turned around. And we try again. There we go. So I ended up leaving it like that, added a little trim. Maybe did some decoration, but decided against it. And then over here, I really wanted like a nice lounge area. In the show, they're always lounging around. I wanted to do gazebo, but I couldn't find any. So I'll show you what I do. I do a DIY gazebo. So I just built like a room and then added spandrels. Picked the ones I want. I ended up going with these like wooden ones and got these Love Struck columns that look really nice, have a little color. And then under fences, I have like a very small fence, almost like a divider. And then on top of the roof, I just, you know, DIY a pattern, and then I go back and delete all the little ceiling parts in between those areas. And now it is not like a veranda, like a pergola. I think that's what they're called. So if you don't know how to DIY pergolas, now you do. So in the show they have like day beds that they're always laying on, and I considered doing a couch at first, but I already had so many couches. So I did go with beds like in this neutral color. I think these are from Snowy Escape. I wanted to add some more color, so I put in these poolside tables, just to kind of make it look a little bit less like a bed and more of like a daybed area. Even though Sims like usually don't just relax on them, they'll probably go to sleep. And if there's too many islanders for the beds upstairs, then someone can sleep outside. It'll be fine. Got some pool chairs with some umbrellas. Again, bringing in the yellows and the blues over here. What do I do next? Oh, added some more over here. I think maybe here is when I'm realizing I don't have a gym. So I deleted part of the column. Sorry, not columns. Deleted part of the closet, moved the utility closet door to the side, and then threw in some gym equipment here. I have made some edits I didn't record. I do end up like making a gym area. I kind of, you know, finagled with the pool a little bit, made it a little bit smaller, and worked on some stuff. So I added 2 windows over there. Eventually I do get rid of these windows. I decided I just did not need them. And then roofed the little outside area here. And I deleted my hedge, and it would not let me draw the hedge back on that side. I tried to make it a wall and replace it with the hedge. It just disappears. So I ended up going with a half wall and just did the same stone as the front. Then roofed the whole thing. So I think I went with 2 gabled pieces, yeah. So I think like I'm getting close to the end here. I did make some more adjustments off camera and I took some screenshots, so I will show those very soon. But messing with the pieces, ended up having the vertical piece come out, pushed the vent in. So now I'll show you some screenshots from the final version after I edited it.